Welcome, welcome, welcome. Take just a second here, make sure everything's working just exactly right. Uh, Got a bunch of people popping in. Just one moment here. We're going to be doing the UK Destroyer Tech Tree today. That was a really close vote. I know I just put up the poll this morning, but wasn't sure if I was going to have time to stream or not today. Just got to get a couple things set up, and then we're going to pop right into it here. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Alright. Yeah, looks like we're all ready to roll here. How we doing? We got I runs. You, Steven Grayson, J Ski, Zay Pretend Scully, Rich Easy Boy, Fan the Man. Got a super chat right off the bat. Thank you very much. Until Zaveni. Hello all, have fun. Thank you very much. Sorry if I butchered your name. Got Kalen Smith. Broad Saturday. What do you want so bad here? Oh, the Turpids. Yeah, it's got to be coming close for you guys that are grinding out the lines. I unfortunately, for my pocketbook, bought it early, but alright. Oops, I think I gotta buy this. Yeah, tier 2. Go ahead and get this thing upgraded, and then we'll pop right into it here. So there's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 6 ships here. So we're probably gonna have some time at the end to take requests from people. So keep that in mind. But we'll be jumping into the UK cruisers today. You're buying the back when you hit tier 100. Yeah, that's a good idea to wait until toward the end. That way you don't accidentally buy the ship like I did. So for the UK destroyers, my primary commander is Reginald Tyrwhitt. Well, I don't have buy-ins, so that's part of the consideration. I got him set up with Bay and Burke. I use the guns a lot on these destroyers, so Burke kind of helps with the accuracy. You kind of want to play him at medium range too, so I like to use Burke. Bay helps with the concealment. I got these kind of set up more as torpedo boats. That's you can kind of play them either way. I mean, I play them right in the middle, but just with the slight edge toward torpedo boat. This perk right here is really interesting. It reduces armament reload time as the ship sustains damage. So that's how I have them set up. Yeah, let's just pop right into it here. If you buy it at tier 10, it'll only cost the initial 10. What's up, Pyro? What are you talking about? The Turpits? Well, how it works is each stage you complete costs like X amount of doubloons. I can't remember what it was, like 250 or something like that. Oops, did I buy this? I bought the wrong. Oh no, here it is. Nope, that's not it. I got the walkie-talkie, not the Valkyrie. So I don't know anything about Valkyrie, obviously I don't have it. But let's fire it up and see how it runs. Tier 2 destroyer games, I don't know, I just kind of play them fast and loose. What's up, Stylo? How you doing? You got buy-in with the perk? Yeah, they both have that same perk, which is interesting. I don't mind you guys jumping into games, and most of the people that do are respectful and just kind of pause the stream or whatever. It's going to be important for destroyers, though, because it's kind of the strength of destroyers is not being seen. So if you happen to be in my game, please don't cheat. Otherwise, it's not going to be fun. Yeah, I appreciate everyone popping in here. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that definitely helps promote the stream for others to find it. Yeah, we'll get right into it here. Alright, what do we got? Tier 3 match. So I don't know anything about this ship. Looks like torps. You can kind of still torp. I guess I should have looked at the stats before we got into this. How's the audio? How much have you missed? About 10 seconds. Takes a couple minutes to get the stream set up on YouTube's end, and then... Oops. I just briefly looked at Reginald Cheerwit, which is my commander, so... You didn't miss much. Like the Royal Navy destroyers. Yeah, that's the smoke is... We'll be talking about the smoke a lot today. That's kind of the main... Well, it's not... I don't know. There's a lot of unique things about the Royal Navy destroyers. You can fire it tube by tube. I typically use wide angle about probably 80% of the time, but there are times where tube by tube launching is preferable. Digital car guy, what up? Yeah, maybe I don't use the tube by tube as much as I should, admittedly. Yeah, we got 5 destroyers and 4 cruisers. This will be a goofy one. The problem with tier 2 and low tier destroyer matches is like if you apply the tactics that you normally apply on like higher tier destroyers, sometimes they're kind of thrown out the window lower tiers. So if you're making a play that you might think would be like a safe play, might not necessarily be the case.
Smoke generator started.
So kind of the key to these smoke charges is you want someone on your team to be spotting for you, and then you can just kind of keep using them over and over again. Yeah, these shells are slow. I feel like they're not going where I'm aiming. Oops. Campbelltown's the giveaway ship that was available for PS Plus members. I don't know, was this available on Xbox? And the smoke cooldown on this one seems to be a little bit slower than destroyers I normally play on this line. Normally you got about 10 seconds by the time it ends. Yeah, as predicted, this is just kind of a shit show.
Torpedoes to starboard.
A lot of these low-tier destroyers are really small in the water. This one's relatively large, I would say, compared to like the German ones. Yeah, we're down 4 ships. This is looking good. I mean, these low-tier matches, generally, everyone just collides into a ball and then they just quickly start dying, so trying to play smart and cautious. It doesn't really pay off a lot. Let's see if we can... Man, the turret traverse in this one. Slow. Taking a little bit more lead than I'd like feel I should need to, but for some reason these shells seem a little slower. UK destroyers have a really nice fire chance, so you're going to want to use HE most of the time. I think we can withstand a torp shot, can we? No. Alright. Like all three of the 360 turrets. Yeah, that's a plus to the Lightning for sure. Yeah, the dispersion, that's why I got Burke on this line. I feel like the guns are slightly less accurate than I would want them to be. So... let me just take a look at some of these stats. So, I mean, the reason I don't consider these, like, gunboats, like, let me pull up my sheet here. I think the reloads are all fairly slow. I mean, the reload on the Lightning's 4 or 5, Jervis 5, those are good. Icarus is 5, Acasta 5, Wakeful 8.4. That's the one we're on. So, yeah, I mean, they're all decent reloads, but they're all relatively slow compared to the other ones. Especially like Jervis compared to Moss, 3.7, 3.2 on the Benson. So you get a faster reload than the Japanese. Lightning's kind of the exception. You have 4.5 compared to 6.2 on the Z23. Now the Z23, that's with the upgraded guns. You have 5 unlocked: Baltimore, Kagero, Iowa, Megami, Lightning. Is it going to be your first tier 7? I guess Iowa's probably the easiest out of those to play. Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of beginnerish players playing Iowas, so... my advice generally is don't rush into tier 7. Because a good percentage of the players at tier 7 know what they're doing, and they'll wreck you pretty easily. There's a lot of tier 7 games where like 1 or 2 people on your team will have 2,000 XP, 1,500 XP, and then the rest of them have like 2, 3, 400. And that's pretty frustrating. So these, yeah, I mean, these first 2 destroyers kind of suck in my opinion. You got really crappy guns, and then these torp, you can see on the map there, the launch capabilities. They can't really stealth launch in these early boats, at least. Baltimore's good. I mean, Baltimore is probably the easiest tier 7 cruiser to play. So if you like cruisers, that'd be a good option. Oh, I forgot to do a shout out on the members. We'll do that after this game. Yeah, Kagero's fun. I mean, they're all good ships. I like them all, but I'm assuming it's your first tier 7. Alright, so this map, I mean, this is a low tier game, so again, we're probably not going to get smart play out of people, but usually you want 2/3 of your team defending your home base. And then if I spawn over here, it's just not worth sailing 5 minutes to the other side to help out, but I'll just go ahead and put pressure on here. I really don't like this matchup for this Wakeful or whatever it's called. But we're just gonna get on the cap and make them react. We don't necessarily have to commit to staying on it.
Attack! Enemy aircraft! Enemy destroyer sighted.
Oh.
Hi, Thunder. Set a smoke screen.
And the destroyers do get sonar at some point. I don't remember when, but
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
it's going to increase their effectiveness. I think the Germans got it at tier 5, so I would guess probably tier 4 or 5.
Ah, Neptune's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys around here. There we go.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
So now you can see, always check the capture the base meter just to get intel. Like, that's telling me there's no one in the cap, so
All forces proceed to the base.
I'm waiting for my 20-second cooldown. Yeah, there we go. It's a good idea to do that in any ship if you're behind cover, but especially destroyers.
Affirmative. Concentrate fire on the designated target. All
But
stations.
I'm just fine just sitting here spotting. If I had someone else that could spot this guy, I would pop the smoke and start shooting at him. I'm pretty sure I'm the one spotting these guys, though. And keep in mind, what I'm doing right now is getting points for my team. Like, every 5 seconds we're getting 3 points.
Much obliged, Commander.
What is it? Is that not accurate? No, I'm confused. Maybe, is it just when they're contesting the cap, or what? Or when it's contesting? Graph speed worth it? It's interesting. Like, I got it on loan for about another week, and then I won't have it anymore. I'm not really planning on buying it,
Do not let the enemy take the base.
but like I enjoy playing it, and the games I've been playing in it, I've been winning like a lot of them. But so, for me, it's like if you want to take it out in ranked or not, and I would definitely not take that ship in ranked because it's really inconsistent. Me and Tactic Angel are doing a video swap tomorrow, so I sent him a game in the DeGrasse. He sent me a game in the Garage P. They're both 140k damage games. So it's kind of, I thought it was interesting because we're getting like the same damage output, but two dramatically different ships. What are you shooting towards? Damn it. Oh, this thing. Oh, man. Rough start today.
Smoke screen set.
It's kind of hard if my team is just sitting back here, like, not supporting me, then what am I really doing here? It's actually a pretty good question. What am I doing here?
Teammate, I need your support.
What is torping back? What is this guy torping in his mind? Oops. That's the end of that one. I don't understand why we're not getting points for being in the base. How's the turpits? It's fun. I've been playing it a little bit. We can check it out later. It's just the deal with it is it says it's got an impenetrable turtleback on the wiki, and or this guy's about to wreck me. God, this fucking team is doing nothing. Oops.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Come on, little doggy. Oh, he's pulling off. There we go.
I owe you one.
But if you go to the wiki and read the turpits, it says like
Smoke screen set.
one of the hardest ships to citadel in the game, and then in my opinion it's extremely easy to citadel, so
Our team is taking the lead.
I've talked to a couple of different
Breakthrough to the
Wargaming developers or the community managers,
forces proceed to the base.
and it seems to me like they're not 100% sure if it's working as intended, so
Concentrate fire on the enemy
I think they're just checking the data on it and potentially going to adjust how high it sits in the water.
Many thanks. All stations, requesting fire.
Oh, tier tactic down the drain. I mean, it is. Yeah, I don't like this map for a low tier game, because normally low tier games are like the last match where you just kind of collide into a big ball and then slam into each other. There's not a lot of strategy involved, but oh. What is spotting me? That would have been a good spot for single torps right there. Single tube torp. What would be your go-to rank ship? It would depend on the tier, I suppose.
Attention, reporting the target position.
I don't know, I've never actually played ranked, so. Alright. Got a couple of hits on that guy. The problem with torping him is I'm kind of forcing him to come chase me, and these guys are going the opposite direction. Like, Jesus Christ.
Get back! Get back!
But they're still not this guy's still not pushing that aggressively because he's not in the cap, so I don't know. I mean, there's a decent chance I'll just wind up winning this game just by sitting here. If they don't shoot, if I take one more shot, obviously I'm gonna die, but and I don't know if these guys were more experienced players. They should. All they have to do is push in. I got these two battleships on the map that I'm looking at. That all they have to do is push in and have their secondaries kill me. And there's really nothing I can do about it. Yeah, he's still flooding. He didn't put the flood on. You just never know in these tier 2, tier 3 games. Oh, shit.
Smoke generator started.
Man, we got a fire on him. Don't shoot me. Oh,
Smoke screen
poor
set
guy.
on Neptune's beard.
Alright, well, I thought that was going to be a dud, but we actually won that one, so. You don't think you're going to finish the Turpus grind? I mean, see how far you get. I mean, if you get deep into it, it might be worth just buying a couple extra doubloons and getting it. I mean, it's a tier 7 ship. They can always adjust it later. And right now, I mean, it's not a bad ship. I've had people, I think, Dragos on my Discord had like a 240k damage game or something like that. Go-to would be Iowa, then Kagero and Z23. Those would be decent, yeah. Before we get too far, and I do a shout-outs for new members. Anyone that's become a member since the last time. Michael Potter, I think, joined last stream, so I did want to give him props. Anyone that has the little icons and the green names in the chat, those are the members. So appreciate everyone for supporting the channel, subscribing, tuning in, watching, all that. It's definitely awesome. Not too keen on BBs, yeah. Got the ship down to 25. When does the campaign end? Is it one more week? Let me see. Yeah, I got about a week left, so if you can get it down, I mean it's not a bad ship. We'll play it once we finish up the destroyers here. So this one looks like it's the first kind of foray into how the UK destroyers actually perform. Let me check the torp range. What are they on? So we got a 6-kilometer range. I got 5.5 detection last time I looked at it, so it's still not a great. I mean, let me see these. Looks like you get 2 kilometers buffer on the Icarus. Jervis. A little over 2 kilometers. The Lightning is really, you get a 10-kilometer range on the Lightning, and then about just shy of 6-kilometer detection on my build. So the Lightning is the only one you can reliably stealth torp with. What's up, Jay the Cat? Acasta's very meh for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not blown away by the ship, but I just cleared out a bunch of replays that were just getting too old for me to ever use, and I had like it's like 130k damage game on this ship or something like that, and it was high 3000s XP. I kind of wish I would have saved that one. Trying to get enough silver for the Baltimore. Yeah, that grinding the silver for tier 7's rough. So we're on the quote-unquote strong side here. For destroyers, I'd like to push out and get around these islands. A lot of times people zoom right on the edge here, and it's kind of easy to get ambushed. But if you swing wide as a destroyer, you can spot for these guys that could potentially shoot. We're still relatively low tier. What are we? Tier 4, tier 5, so it's getting more to the point where you could potentially count on someone to do what you think they're going to do. I mean, you can stealth torp people that are coming towards you is basically the idea. Now, once these guys get around the island, so they're detecting them as well, then that's when I can pop the smoke and potentially shoot targets. I can't pop. What is he backing up? Oh, he's still going. Guys are gonna get smoked, I think. And I think they're detectable now, so I'm gonna finish this guy off.
Smoke generator started.
Oops, got AP loaded. I don't know why this guy's going so slow. So I don't think these HE shells deal a lot of damage compared to some of them, but they do have the really good fire chance. In general, UK destroyers are going to have the highest fire chance, except for the Germans if you use the upgraded gun packages, the Gaidi and Z23. And then here's what you got to do with these. You got to keep a real tight eye on that smoke timer. And keep in mind when you fire, your detectability goes up for, I think it's 2 or 3 seconds. And so if that smoke run, if you shoot, the smoke runs out and you still have that enhanced detectability, you will get spotted. So it's best to stop firing a couple seconds before the smoke's about to run out. Let's see here. Try some single torps. Single torps are better if you are under the impression that they're going to hit where you're aiming them. I.e. they're not going to take evasive maneuvers. Which for me is usually really close range type situations. This guy doesn't seem inclined to turn whatsoever. But if you fire them in a line like that and they actually hit, you will wreck any ship. Because you're getting, instead of a wide spread where maybe 1 or 2 torps would hit the target, you're getting multiple strikes, and then there's really nothing they can do about it at that point.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
So we're up a couple. Looks like our northeast is going to probably die. We've got a lot of resources coming in down here. So I don't know if I'm spotting for these guys or not. There's a good possibility I am spotting this. But as soon as that guy in the northeast dies, I'm going to go back to the base because I guarantee you no one's going to be covering it. So if I can get this Pensacola before we go, that would be ideal. We're only up 1 ship as well, so... Oh shit, he's moving. Alright. Yeah, this is... The challenge with these torps that don't extend beyond your detection is you can't really use them unless the ships are coming right at you. That guy's taking a lot of fire. I'm gonna take some shots, just making sure I don't hit the island. Alright. So, I mean, really, I'm not inclined to really do a lot for these guys if they're just going to sit back there. This is our strong side. You need to be aggressive and wipe this out like they've done on their northeast side. They've pushed through that and wiped it out. So they're probably in a better chance to, or in a better position to win this game, even though we're up a ship and we're up on points. And that's why I'm going to ping the base a couple times just to get these guys thinking about it, because I guarantee they're not thinking about winning the game right now. They're just zoomed in on their telescopes trying to, you know, shoot these ships that are out of their range. So if I had to put $5 in this one, I'd call it a loss at this point. What's up, Owen? How you doing? But the thing is, with these ships pushing in, that will give me at least a chance to torp them. Now, their destroyer's a Mutsuki, so he's going to get the first spot advantage on me. But I should be able to outgun him. The problem is he's got these cruisers supporting him, so... And this Nuremberg, I don't know if he's going to be alive by the time I can get in here. shoot these? Oh shit.
Generator started.
Should have looked on the map to see if they're in my range. So that's a completely wasted smoke. If he wanted to, he could get behind it, but I was mainly hoping to actually shoot these guys. Utsugi's low, which is lucky. Come on. There we go. So that was big. I mean, the destroyer, the problem, I mean, when you're playing destroyers, cruisers, you don't necessarily need to be afraid of the other destroyers killing you, although they can, but the main problem is they can spot for the enemy team, so getting rid of them and having a destroyer on our team, now I'm not really worried about this game anymore.
Requesting assistance.
I mean, the Nuremberg got out of there. Nobody's here to defend the base, so it's still not a good situation. So if I get killed and the Sternberg gets killed, that's 100% a loss. These guys over here have no idea that there's even a base in the game, let alone that you can lose it. Lose the game. So, still definitely a tricky situation. I think they're spotted again, so I'm going to go ahead and smoke and shoot.
Smoke generator started. Our team has taken the lead.
We need to be kind of aggressive here dealing with these guys.
Smoke screen set.
Oh my god, kidding me. Really need a fire is what we need. There we go. Alright. And you can see, I mean, it's not as quick of a cooldown for the smokes as like a lightning. I think it's just about 10 seconds, but essentially it's ready to go right away, so. You gotta keep that in mind. I mean, that's definitely one of the strengths of this line is the quick cycling smokes.
Much obliged, Commander.
Yowza. And he gone.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
So for me personally, I don't really love the first half of the British destroyer line. In fact, I never really play them ever, but Icarus. Is Icarus next? Yeah. This one I think is semi-decent. Let me take a look at it. So you got a 5-second reload. Fire chance 8%. Let me just compare that to the other ones for you guys. So, Mayhan 5, Fubuki 7. Gaidi is up to 12, but that's with the 150mm guns. If you have the 128s, I think it's 6 or I think it's 6. So I mean it's the highest fire chance out of the stock ships at least. Torp's not great. You got a 2-minute reload time. Torpedo range is a little bit better, so you got 8 kilometers finally compared to 6. So you can do some stealth torping in this, but because of the long reload, they're not that effective. What's up, Morton? The Royal Navy is one of the best trained navies in the world. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ready for CVs. You're gonna have to wait a while on that one. I got news for you. If they ever show up, which I don't know if I even want them personally, but Sky Cancer. I mean, they're not, from what I understand, they're not fun right now on computers for either playing them or playing against them, so. Yeah, they got tier 4 or 5, Gaidi, Mutsugi. Here you can see on the map, you get a little bit of a buffer now on your torp launch, so. This is kind of more of a hybrid, and we do have sonar, which is good. So this is kind of the first foray into how the Royal Navy destroyers are actually going to play. This map is pretty interesting to me. There's one... A and C both have a favorable spawn. For C, I'd like to spawn over here. For A, I like to spawn on the north side. Because spawning over here, I can blindly torp this little gap right here, and there's about a 33% chance I can hit someone. I don't think I got the range on these torps, but let's take a look. Yeah. Not quite long enough range, but... Like if I'm playing a Kagero or something right here, I would consider popping a speed boost and then just launching torps right in here right off the bat. And that's pretty infuriating to the other guys if they get torped before the game even starts. Let's see what this guy does. Oh, he's turning. I might go into that. If you're gonna single torp, what you want to do is do it around like corners and stuff like that. Little points that you think they're inclined to go through. I don't think any of that's gonna hit. We only have 2 ships spotted here. That means, in my mind, there's a decent chance there's a destroyer. We got 3 reds accounted for on A, so yeah, there's definitely a destroyer over here somewhere. There he is right here. Go ahead and pop this sonar just to be on the safe side. Is this guy playing? I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke here, and I'm not sure if I'm spotting these guys or not, but they're clumped up playing like Goombas. I feel bad not shooting at them. Yeah, got a feeling I am spotting some of these. That's too bad. I was inclined to shoot that Königsberg over the Iron Duke. I think the Königsberg is a much more dangerous ship. Oh boy.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
And again, we got 5 seconds left, so it's not safe for me to shoot at this point. So getting that firing range sticks out longer than you might expect it. Gaidi is a very dangerous ship for me here. I don't want to be dueling this guy straight up. And the Iron Duke's probably shooting HE, so this is actually a pretty dangerous situation for me. Just gonna get the smoke down and then probably disengage here unless someone's spotting these guys. We got a new member, Phoenix Shroud. Welcome aboard. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I'm inclined to get out of here. This Koenig's not really doing anything to help me, so we're just going to go ahead and let them have C for the moment. Pretty close to 4K subs. Yeah, we're getting close. That's pretty amazing. I think when I started making videos and stuff for this game, we were at like 300 something, so yeah, the support from all you guys has been awesome. Definitely appreciate it. And the Blonde Demon coming in with a little tip here. Thank you very much. Your team is busy sniffing glue. Yeah, that's Saturday. That's normally what they're doing. Thank you, Damon. That's appreciated. And just thanks everyone for tuning in as well and, you know, hanging out. Oh. But if you guys don't understand why I can't defend against that guy, I just don't think this Koenig. You can say I'm being an asshole for abandoning him.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
But I feel like we kind of have to shore up one side of the map or the other. I don't know. This game's not looking too good. Glue Day. Is anyone from Britain? Yeah, we got a lot of people tuned in from the UK. But here's kind of a good example of why changing positions is risky. By the time I got to B, everyone I was trying to support is already dead, so it really didn't end up being worth my while whatsoever. I really don't like splitting my torps like this, but that sunken ship there was a problem. Fuck. I think because he saw me, he's gonna turn. There he goes. Alright. So even though the indicator is here, I'm going to aim right at the edge of this corner. 90% of the time people are going to go tight around the corners.
Problem solved, sir.
This is too bad. Let's just see what he's doing. So he actually swung way further than I was predicting he would, but... Oh, you little bastard. It's a pretty good dodge. So, I mean, smoking here and trying to shoot at him doesn't work. Because nobody's here to spot him, so... I think a lot of Destroyer players get confused about that. I'm mainly just seeing if I can get my torps to reload and maybe hit this guy. But he's got sonar. Man, alive.
The ship is on fire.
Good luck torping him at this range with sonar activated.
Problem solved, sir.
Yeah. F's in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, Blonde Damon, thanks very much for the super chat. Phoenix Shroud, thank you very much for joining the members. Appreciate both of you guys very much. Oh boy. Yeah, their top two guys had... maybe their top three guys probably had as much XP as our whole team. Whatever. Mutsu's going to be interesting. Yeah, well, I'm going to get a copy of that to preview for you guys, so if you're on the fence about that one, I haven't seen my schedule yet for next week, but I'll get a review up either the day it comes out or the next day. It's interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of unique things about it. It might be kind of a gimmicky ship. Jervis is... out of these ships, I play the Jervis and the Lightning. Those are that last one was decent. The Jervis suffers with the same really long torp reload, which is... Hey, Werman, what's going on? Armor's paper, yeah. It's from what I understand, it's got like the A hull, the Nagato. which is a lot weaker. Play the British cruisers. Oh, God. I would. I mean, I will be taking requests after this. I only got 2 ships. I'll probably do 2 or 3 Lightning games, because that ship I actually really enjoy. The Lightning, you can make a strong case, is the best Tier 7 destroyer. I know a lot of people have that opinion, and I would never call them wrong. But, I don't know, the first half of the line is kind of a chore to get through, in my opinion. But, like, and the Jervis is pretty good. I like this ship, and then... Alright, so we got Kagero, we got an Indy. These tier 6 and up games, you want to be checking for radar ships if you're playing destroyers. Radar cruisers. Trying to do the dang weekly havoc. So stupid how it answered the demand. They're gonna do the whole line here. I think probably early 2020 would be my guess. I know a lot of people want them. I think part of that's because a lot of people that play this are from the UK. It's just, they're gonna be hard ships, you know, and I think they're... They didn't want to set up the line to be reviled right off the bat, I think is the... Alright, this guy's actually got a 10-kilometer radar. I don't know if he knows that or not, but I need to get the hell out of here.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Why are these guys not shooting? As long as I...
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Yeah, that's extremely lucky that the guy didn't radar there. That could have been over in about 10 seconds. That's why you gotta identify those ships. You do kind of have to memorize the radar range. I think Indianapolis is 9.9, if I'm not mistaken. There's a Kagero right there. Or wait, no, what is that? It's probably the Jervis. Oh wait, no, Kagero. Yeah, so, I mean, this is a really bad spawn for this. I can't really push over here because of the Indy. They got a Kagero, which is going to outspot me probably about a kilometer. So, I mean, getting A there was extremely lucky. There he is. I mean, if he shoots like that, we'll be able to spot him, but in general, that guy, the only reason I spotted him was because he was trying to sneak around this island here. I don't know the Jervis's detection off the top of my head, but with all these supporting ships, I'm just gonna get out of here. There's not a whole lot I can really do. Lucky they're shooting the Indy, but he's shooting... Oh, it's the Atlanta. I was gonna say they're shooting HE. Man, these guys are just melting. Teams. What's up, James? How you doing? Should you become a member? I mean, it's not expected by any means. It's just kind of an option if you guys want to do a little bit extra to support the channel. I think there's 2 options. There's like a $2 a month or a $5 a month. If you do the $5, there's a bonus video. Like I put out a bonus video today. But just tuning in and subscribing to the channel and hanging out. I mean, that's a lot of support too. So certainly don't feel like you have to. Ron Damon joined the members as well. Thank you very much. First the tip, now the membership. Appreciate that. Yeah, you guys are kind of popping off today. I appreciate that very much. Thanks. So here's my problem with this ship, is we're on like a 2-minute cooldown. I don't think it's quite 2 minutes, but what is this? Jervis. Reload. Yeah, it's 117 on this thing. And that's a long cooldown for the torps. But I gotta start doing something here. I'm just screwing around.
Smoke generator start.
So as long as that battleship's spotting. The problem is I got Garo and Indy over here. That I really need to be very careful. That means keeping an eye on the King George's health. And I just have to assume the Kagero and the Indy are going to come over here quick, so as soon as the smoke cooldown begins, like right now, actually, I'm just going to start getting out of here. Got a couple fires at least. And again, I'll fire one on the indicator here, and then again, look at this, just right around that corner, just as a destroyer, you gotta kind of imagine what the enemy player would do. Most players are gonna try and take the shortest distance to wherever they're going. Now, if he's just sailing back here shooting, then he might stick in that straight line, so you can see he's already turning in to go right around this corner, so the problem is he's gonna be pointing at these torps, which with these British spreads are pretty wide. That maybe I should have done like a wide angle for that one, and then singles just pummel this area right here. That would have made it a lot harder. But if he doesn't turn in, he might actually hit one of those at least, so. But that's kind of the next step of becoming a good destroyer player, is being able to put yourself in the mindset of all the players you're trying to ambush and torp and stuff like that. Which is why I think it's beneficial for sure to play all the different classes, so you can kind of understand what each class would be trying to do. I think this guy might be spotted. I can't tell with this little island on the map if this guy can see him or not, but it's worth investigating. We gotta get in the game here. Even though our team's doing well score-wise and we do have 2 points, they're all balled up. And the side I'm trying to hold back on is just, it's not doing too hot over here, so. Now him pushing in, obviously he's got damage con problems, because do one wide. Let's try some single action. Oh, I turned. So that's Attention. Reporting the target position. This thing needed to have died 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna get out of this one. Alright, the Indy's dead, which is a nice start. And this Kagero, the problem is he's got a bunch of battleships backing him up, and we just took a big shot from one of them, so now I shouldn't be able to beat him, but I was gonna say, if they're distracted by the guys to the northeast, then I could potentially win this one-on-one. Fuck. So, I don't know about that game. That could go either way. We'll check back in on that one and see how it ended. Pounded from both sides there. Oh, what was I saying about the British cruisers? Yeah, they're going to be very hard ships, so I think they didn't want to release them right away. Because take the what's it called? The Vanguard, for instance. It's not a bad ship. I mean, you can do well in it, but it's a very hard ship for new players to play. So people that went through that line first, they all went on Reddit and started demanding that the ship get buffed. Maybe it needs a buff, maybe it doesn't. I have no idea, but I don't think it's as bad of a ship as the reputation it has is, and it's just because it's a very hard ship to play. British battleships in general are harder to play than some of the other ones. And the British cruisers are just going to be very hard to play. They're going to be glass paper ships. Hopefully not quite as glass as the Danae, but they'll be strong because they have smoke, so at least that's my understanding of them. But, I mean, I think they're going to be good ships if you know how to play the game well, but throwing them out when there's the majority of the players are still very beginner level, you know, maybe early intermediate level at this game, so if they put them out there, people will just be disappointed in them and call for their resignation. You need Belfast. That one I don't know about, because from what I understand on the PC, it was like they released it, it was so overpowered that they took it out of the store for good, and which means they'll probably release it on this version just because so many people will want to buy it. But yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see. Everything's coming in time, guys. I mean, we don't just need to sit back, have a little bit of patience, enjoy the ride. Alright, so we got Kagero Moss. Now here, on this map, I think a lot of destroyers make an error, in my opinion. They kind of rush towards this side and hug these islands on both sides. And then what that does is, as soon as you get spotted, the enemy over here can just blast you away. I try and get it pretty wide while not advancing too far. Moss, Kagero, I can get outspotted by the Kagero for sure. Moss, depending on how he's got it spec'd out, I can either outspot him or not. But I'm content to sight these ships. Now, normally your team's just going to be a bunch of Nimrods and sit back here. It helps if they're actually moving like this guy is. So by spotting them, I could actually maybe get some... Now the Moss in a gunfight, I think. I don't want to be fighting this guy up close. They have both destroyers here, are you kidding me?
Smoke generator started. Critical engine damage. The ship is on fire. Smoke screen set. Problem solved, sir.
Start getting out of here.
Critical engine damage. The ship is on fire.
Yeah, it's very hard to play this map well if your entire team just sits back in the base the entire game, which is what my team seems to be doing, so I'll go ahead and call this one a loss right off the bat. But maybe we can stay alive and see if we can turn it around a little bit. If we can get rid of those destroyers, that would be a nice step one. But these guys...
Problem solved, sir.
This, in my opinion, is worthless. Like, what you want to do in cruisers is get behind these winged islands. Like, you see what my cruiser's doing in the west? That's a good cruiser position. See where that plane is over there? On the northwest side of the map? That's a good cruiser position. Sitting back here with your thumb up your ass is a waste of a spawn. And it's a good way to lose the game. Now, I can't really play aggressively because I just got shellacked by those guys. So basically, our team's playing poorly on this side, and their team's playing really poorly on the enemy side. But we'll see. But yeah, like people were talking about earlier, the Lightning does have 360 turrets, so you can switch back and forth side to side very quickly. Jesus. What is this guy torping? This fucking guy right behind me. Oh my god. Do not sail behind undetected destroyers, please. Or undetected anything. Alright, we'll try that again, but you guys can give me request number 1. Oh, we did win that Jervis game. I don't know what it is, but that map, it just brings out the the crap play. Warspite, that sounds a good one. Oh, I did mention the Turpits, yeah. We'll do Warspite, then we'll do Lightning, then we'll do Turpits. What is that map called? Two Brothers? DeGrasse, yeah. DeGrasse is the one, if you guys didn't hear earlier, me and Tactic did a video swap that'll be going up tomorrow. Tier 5, the recent premium cruisers. He sent me Graf Spee, I sent him a DeGrasse. Warspite got more votes. We'll do them both, guys. I mean, we got plenty of time here. Bayern, yeah. Give me a week or two, and then we'll play that one. I mean, I'm at the point right now where I got enough Valors saved up for my premium time, which is what I'm saving them for. So every time I get 40 additional ones, I've been buying crates, but so far I haven't gotten any ships. I don't think those small German crates have a glorious drop rate, but you never know. You voted twice. Yeah. No, this is one of my favorite ships to play, so. Yeah, Warspite's fun. Yep, I agree. Well, we'll do the Turbis too. I know I was a little crabby about it earlier. I still think it needs to be fixed, but it's serviceable. I got guys on my Discord that just tell me if you play nose in the entire time, it's fine. I don't know. You got the Kaiser and Koenig. Yeah, the French cruisers are next, and then I think they're gonna do the same system where they have the next line will be early access, so it's not a bad system. If you want to pursue getting them early, you can. If you're like me and you're fine just waiting and getting some other bonus goodies, you can do that as well.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Oof, da. So the Warspite versus New Mexico. The New Mexico's got better armor on the side, and the Warspite has better armor in the front, so typically want to stay somewhat well angled in this ship. New Mexico, I don't think I can reliably hit that ship in the waterline, so aiming up though. I mean, we missed some of the shots when our rear gun didn't fire, but you know, you can get 10-15K salvos shooting those upper hull shots, no problem. Oof.
Target penetrated.
And I do got Cunningham juiced, by the way. So, accuracy-wise, this is about as good as the ship's gonna get. Hope you got Konigsberg camo. That's the one I wanted that I wasn't gonna end up getting. I mean, my primary goal was to get... Oh, they have Colorados. I didn't think this was a tier 6 game. I wanted the promotion orders, the insignias. What else did I get? Commander crates, because I didn't have any German commanders at the time. And so those took up the bulk of them that I accidentally bought by buying the Turpits. And then I'm not gonna... If I would have gotten enough to get the camo, I think I would have saved that. I just don't think I... Maybe I could have, I don't know. I like the premium time, though, for
Concentrate fire on the enemy
grinding
warship.
out the lines. What's this guy doing? I'm afraid of this Colorado in the worst, but the Colorado can punch through my armor. You got Bay and speed, nice. Yeah, I went from not having any German commanders to getting them all in a fairly short order of time, which is really lucky. Alright, looks like we're gonna get A.
Our team has taken the lead.
I don't know why it is, but this north spawn always crowds A like crazy, and then I don't know why they haven't captured C. They had a ship sail through it. I don't know why they haven't captured B. I'm just gonna go start slowing down the push on the other side here. Speed's the only one that eludes you. Yeah, I can't remember who I was talking to, if it was Tactic Angel or... Someone said they prefer speed. I mean, for me, if you're gonna run the German destroyers, is torpedo boats, speed's the way to do it. If you're gonna run them as gunboats like I do it, then Bay is your better option. I think they're both pretty good commanders. You need Takeo Takagi. Well, you got Kondo. Let's see. Looks like he's turning into them. That's gonna miss. Oh, he hit him
Enemy
twice.
severely damaged.
Never mind. When ships are backing up, it's kind of hard to gauge. I mean, sadly, just by capturing A, it is putting a tremendous amount of pressure on them. If I could stop this Aoba. He doesn't know I'm there at the moment. And I turned. A lot of times when ships don't know you're there and you're undetected and they're shooting someone else, they won't see your shots until it's too late. I think let me check my build on this. I think I put Kondo as my second inspiration on the Brits. Alright. This guy wants to throw down. I'm down.
Our victory is in sight.
I think what he's trying to do is torp me, but I ain't gonna fall for that. What you really don't want to do is turn broads. I can't remember if the torp angle... I think the torp angles are more rear pointing on this, but... Oh my god, I missed. I don't know. I don't play the Elba too much, but... I think he's got to turn a little bit more broadside before he can torp. Now he's definitely at the range where he can torp, though, so I definitely want to be careful here. Oh, Dyson.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Just bought Nagato. Long range, bad angles. That's what I thought. I should know those better. I mean, it's kind of important to know the torp angles, like the German cruisers. Just in my mind, like the Japanese cruisers can torp behind them. As a general proposition, the German cruisers can torp quite a bit in front of them normally. American cruisers can't torp at all. At least not the tier 5 and up. $5.15 to 25. These are those games that just... I mean, the guy sailed through sea. The guy I just killed... He was last spotted on sea for a while. Like, that really pisses me off when someone on my team is capturing a point and then leaves just to go fight some other guys. Like, I'm not saying they really have a chance at this point in the game, but they did. They would have had a chance a little bit ago had they actually captured that point. It's like kill or break your arm. Yeah, I mean, I think, that's why for the IJN cruisers I don't typically try and torp people if I'm dueling them. I try and torp them if I'm kiting away from them. Oh, I still have shear on here, but once I get my German battleship commanders up, we'll put some points into Kondo. Alright, let's try this Lightning again. Got my 100k damage with the Texas. Oh my god. I mean, congrats, but... I played the Texas Alpha yesterday. And... it drives me insane. New York class battleships are not my favorite, let's just put it that way. Tex ass, yeah. If it works for you, that's all that matters. Let's just put it that way. See your lightning stats, please. How do you do that? Oh, the ship build? Yeah, you were... Yeah, remind me after this game. Because, yeah, Nun was telling me on the video I put up yesterday, he's got a pretty interesting lightning build. Someone texted me, where is the RV located? Very interested. I don't have an RV. Alright. So we got Lightning Akatsuki, got an Atlanta over there to be on the lookout for. So this side of the map I want destroyers to swing out as far as they can, as quick as they can. These guys can get a lot of shots downfield, and especially use this island for cover right here. But usually, a lot of times the destroyer will just bug out and go into the lake area, which pisses me off. Or they'll sit behind this island, not doing any spotting, which also pisses me off. Oh, these guys actually... yeah, they look like they're actually committed to playing over here, which is nice. But by swinging out here, now I can get these guys spotted. And they can... I got a gigantic shooting stash. If these guys are paying attention, they can shoot them. Voila, it's magic, see? If you spot for your team, amazing things can happen. And they got a hipper over here, so I can actually get really close to these guys without being in danger of anything. So I can keep these guys permanently spotted for the foreseeable future. These guys are not shooting at them for one reason or another.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
These guys aren't even fucking paying attention. Good God. So, despite our best efforts, they're completely wasted yet again. I mean, they're just like gazing off into the lake area. I guess looking at the sunset over here, maybe.
Fire on the designated target.
But yeah, None plays this more as says he's got a gun build boat or a gun boat build on it, which is fine. The guns are very good on it. In my mind, I play the Lightning and the Z23 as kind of hybrids, with the Z23 being slightly more gun boatish.
Fire on the target.
But it all depends on your build and what you want to do. I think these guys might actually be spotted by that guy in the lake area. If you're wondering why I'm not using the smoke yet, it's because I don't have to. They're not shooting at me. The minute I start getting into trouble, then I will. Now he's swinging. You gotta watch his turrets. So as soon as I saw his turrets swinging around, then we're just gonna stop and smoke and see if they actually are being spotted by someone else.
Smoke screen set. Concentrate fire on the designated target. Affirmative.
Alright. This isn't a situation where I can really look for torp chances, because they're all sailing away from me. So if you check your ranges, they're all 14, 19, 19 kilometers. There's really nothing I can do to torp over here. I'm kind of looking at the map right now, deciding if I need to go defend the base. We got 2 ships down there. Looks like most of their ships are kind of back on their side. So that could be a bit of a gamble. I'm kind of inclined to go back down there, but we also do have an opportunity to push.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Yeah, that battleship's going down to support. For some reason, this happens a lot on the map where you get a huge part of your team over here. You can see they're all full health. None of them have done anything the entire game. And then on the north spawn, they just kind of push through on their side really quickly. So this kind of gets that circular clockwise motion. I don't understand why it does as much as Haven, because Haven has staggered spawns, whereas this map really doesn't. But I mean, it does slightly, I guess. I mean, the center spawns over here, so it's more on the left side of the map. There we go. That was nice.
Thank you.
Like, this can easily turn out to be a waste, going back to the base, but I'm just not inclined to leave it up to these teammates who I don't know anything about them. Yeah. Looks like all they got to deal with is this lightning over here. This guy's stopping? Yeah, he is. Maybe he's pointing the other way. I thought he was slowing down over here, and then I was trying to torp him for when he sped up, but he was actually pointing the other way.
Smoke screen set.
We're just gonna get rid of him though. I think those guys in my spawn can take care of that hero, hopefully. Or lightning. Yeah. Alright, so alright, they got him. Center of the map looks like an eye, yeah. Yeah, it really does.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Attention, reporting the target position. Acknowledged.
Every game, I don't think we've had any good games today in terms of like even matches. They've either been blowouts against my team or the other way.
Fire on the designated target.
Yeah, we got the stylo. What happened to you?
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Trippy lion head rock formation. Alright, I should get these guns over here. This guy's within my detection, so if they don't kill him, there you go. I wasn't that worried about shooting at him, but
Attention,
you gotta be ready.
position.
Now I can smoke and open up fire on them here, which isn't a bad play. If you have torps in the water and then they realize that a destroyer is by them, they'll usually turn. So I normally try and wait a little bit until, if he turns and makes a move just randomly, because he's trying to angle against someone else shooting him or something, then he can smoke up. But I do have this guy, these guys are all spotting him. I can definitely play that smoke right here. I also don't have the Nagato in range. So if this was like a USM destroyer, I wouldn't want to waste the smoke on this one ship. Because there's no additional play after that. And this guy's kind of in range, I guess. But
Smoke generator started.
he's actually turning into us, so that's fine. I mean, if he wants to put himself in range, then it pays off. Now he's leaving like he should. Or, I don't think he necessarily should, but as I figured he would. Quite excited for IJN Gunboat Blind, yeah. I am too. It sounds like they're pretty good ships. And I accidentally boosted the Gunboat Commander up to Legendary Level 2. So he had one personal commendation and I had 3 universals saved up from the campaign or whatever. And I was just trying to use the personal just to use it because I was trying to update all my commander's stats. And again, there's no prompt. There's no prompts on anything important in this game. So I used all my universals on a guy that I don't currently use. But when those destroyers do come out, we'll be ready. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of ships coming, so I'm pretty excited to see. That should do it for that one. Kurita, yeah, Kurita. That's how you got Tanaka to level 2. I mean, Tanaka to me is at least a commander that I would use a lot. But yeah, so I mean, score-wise, we didn't do much that game, but I was happy with it. That played out how, I mean, I wouldn't change anything I did there, really. We cleared our side, they ran away, then we went back to defend the base. didn't end up needing to, but you'd rather defend the base unnecessarily and get the win than decide maybe I don't want to defend it because I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be needed, and then take a loss because you can't get back later. So I think most players that are watching are either responsible players or they're trying to learn how to be responsible players. And if you're in that category, you really have to have the mindset that usually people aren't going to play the objectives, so you need to do it for them. It's unfortunate. I think as more players get more experience, that won't be the case, hopefully, but at least currently. Forget stats. Oh. Yeah. Shit. I'll make a note. Good afternoon from the UK. Oh, good morning from the U. Oh no, it's afternoon here too. Yeah, what are we playing? I forgot. Oh, Turbines. Let's see how this goes. Benson Kagero Lightning. And if these guys support me, then I'm fine. I mean, the Turbines, you can ideally kind of lodge yourself into this area. Just kind of risk getting torped doing that sometimes.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Fighter airborne. All stations requesting fire on the
Good lord. Any tips for the Queen Elizabeth? I mean, it's a... Well, look what we got over here. It's the same style of ship as the last one we played, so... Or the Warspite. Stylo. I mean, just... You need to understand the armor is stronger in the nose than some of the other ones, so... Playing angled is... what you kind of need to do, but if you're gonna, if you're having a problem getting shot, then just you can play just nose in and fire your front guns, and that's a perfectly serviceable way to do it. This guy I'm worried about.
The ship is on fire.
This guy's smoking, so he's not gonna be able to.
Enemy heavily damaged. Fighter returning to ship. Enemy severely damaged.
Where are the torps? Did he already launch his torps? Here's what you don't want to do is get shot in the side from an eye, although this is like... I mean, this guy could really... He's turning his guns. Alright, we'll take it. Like, that guy could have... Where is he? There's the torps I was looking for. Alright. We'll take that.
Problem solved, sir.
As long as that destroyer's dead, I'm not too worried over here. But that, I mean, that Iowa can definitely wreck me. I should really be angling towards him.
Attention. Reporting the target
Waiting for him. It's going so slow, Stylo. Pick up the pace. Alright. I don't know why this guy's not shooting at me, to be honest with you. If I was in that Iowa, the Turpits would be dead right now. But it's not my responsibility. Stylo! Alright. So we got our side cleared. C's kind of a mess. Looks like B's in a pickle. So what I need to do is start helping these guys out. You bought the turpits? I bought it like 2 minutes after you could by accident. I didn't want to. But they wouldn't give me a refund, so I got stuck with it. I'm in a really bad spot here because I got the Amagi and the Iowa are both here. Those are the two ships my team really needs me to be shooting at. I can't hit them with this thing right here. $15 commendations for legendary rank 4. I mean, that to me is not worth doing anything. Like, you'd rather have commanders you don't use up to level 1, level 2 than spending all those on one guy. I mean, what are you going to get, 3% more or something? That's not... Legendary status to me is overrated. There's some good ones, there's some not so good ones, but that to me is not something you need to be focusing on. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, I mean, the key to the ship at least is that's why I was worried. The key to the ship as it's currently configured is you can't get shot in the side, which now I've put myself into a crossfire. Because the Citadels, for sure, I sent him a video showing him some video evidence, and this under the turret number 2 in the front, you can definitely get Citadels very easily. Whether or not it's supposed to be that way, I have no idea, but... Oh, he's smoking. What a nice little teammate. Fortunately, I have no interest in being smoked up. You finally found the Discord? Yeah, I saw you joined, so... That's good. Glad to have you on there. Derpits. I mean, I probably don't play it as you quote-unquote should, and I'm sure people would say I'm not good at the ship. But it is what it is. I mean, the fact of the matter, it just sits, it shouldn't be able to be Citadel waterline. Like, the people in my Discord say when it turns, you should be able to Citadel it. Right now you can Citadel it all the time. Oh, come on.
The ship is on fire.
I'll take care of them. Nice torps. Alright. What to do? So I got a destroyer spotted me, so he's somewhere over here. Looks like there's torps. That must be cruiser torps. Yeah. I don't know where he is, but he's over here. Switch to HE for this guy since he's angled. I don't have enough confidence in these guns to do anything on an angle to Magi. Not that they're going to hit him anyways. It's going to be a close call, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunately we don't have the zones captured. If we had enough time to kill these ships, I'd be very comfortable. Especially if this Kagero dies, but Lightning needs to kill him. I don't know why Lightning's not shooting him. Now he is. Alright. He's gonna sit still, that's beautiful. What the fuck? Alright. That's the German battleship accuracy for you right there. He spotted me here. I mean, that's, you got to keep in mind. I do have von Hipper level 7 in this thing. My German battleship commanders aren't great. I got Celiacs up to level 10, but I'm pretty committed to von Hipper at the moment, so I'm trying him out at least. But level 7 commander for a tier 7 game is pretty green. Alright, he's on B. He just needs to not shoot. Let me defend him. Oh, we're actually down right now. Fuck. Alright, he's coming back. Let's do this. Missouri exists on consoles? No. No.
The ship is on fire.
So this is talking about torps earlier. I'm expecting torps from this guy. That's what the IJN. Jesus Christ. That's what the IJN cruisers look like when they're torping.
Enemy heavily damaged.
Fuck.
The ship is on fire. Fighter airborne.
There's them our torps. God damn it. That was not good. Whose Hipper is an inspiration? I got Cunningham now, and then I would either do Kondo. I don't have Madden, so I don't know. I haven't looked too close into the build. I know everyone's jazzed up about using secondaries. For me, even if you have max level secondaries, 90% of your damage is going to be coming from the main gun, so I would keep that in mind. Played the shiny horse. Yeah, we'll do a light. I just kind of want to see if this guy can close this out. We'll give him 30 seconds. That's going to take a while. We do want to check the... You're losing too many games? Yeah, I saw you just bought it, right? Well, let's see. None wanted to see the Lightning stats. Any tips for the Queen Elizabeth? I mean, I was trying to explain a little bit earlier, and then I do have a Warspite game earlier on this stream, so you can check that. I would plan pretty much the same. Blind Demon stats, yeah, thanks. So I'm assuming he wants to look at the gun stats. He was using Jellicoe, so I said, what the hell are you using Jellicoe for? And he said he's got more of a gunboat build. I can't remember what the differences would have been. Torp, so I mean, I'm assuming Tyrwhitt's Torp characteristics are far superior than Jellicoe's. I'd have to see his exact build. Maneuverability. Oh, he had the. That's what it was. He had the rudder shift stuff applied to it. So he was saying it's next to impossible to shoot at him when he's dueling other destroyers, which was interesting. So I got a 3.8 on mine. I don't know what you got none if you're still there or not, but I can see him, and I got him down to 5.5, which is pretty decent. We did win that game. Good job. So what do we got? 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5, 6, 6-3 so far today. So decent, not great. Yeah, we'll do one more lightning, then we'll take some more requests here. But yeah, that's kind of the way it is with the turrets. You just can't get shot in the side because the citadel at the waterline is exposed. It's pretty easy to hit. That Amagi could have been far enough away that he hit me through the deck with plunging fire, which is how you're supposed to be able to hit that citadel because of the turtleback armor. But you can get it like mid-range through the side very easily, which is not how it's supposed to play. At least not how I've heard. Emphasize secondaries will make up for the close. I mean, possibly. Many ships still missing. I mean, yeah, the game just didn't just come out at this point, but it's still relatively new, and I would say the majority of the ships that are on PC you should see in this game. And I think if it grows big enough, they'll probably expand the tiers, but same except the rudder shift was 3.1. So I don't know how you can have the same torp stats, but I haven't looked at Jellicoe for a while, so maybe I'm just wrong on that. I mean, the generic commanders for destroyers are good to decent to really, decent to good, I would say. Cruisers, they're kind of middle of the pack, and then battleships, I think the generic commanders really aren't good at all. So, if you have to use the generic on the destroyer, not a big deal. If you want, like Nunn here, who's a good player, he actually uses Jellicoe purposefully on his Lightning.
Capture that area.
And he's claiming his stats are better than mine, ship stats, so maybe it is. My Jellicoe's not very high level though, so I wouldn't be able to directly compare him. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, he's turning.
Torpedoes to port.
Torpedoes astern.
Got him.
Critical engine damage.
The one I should be shooting. I should be trying to finish this guy off here. I think those torps are gonna get him again. Oh, you
Smoke screen set.
poor bastard. I mean, the second batch was actually aimed at him. The first batch was kind of blind, but that sucks. He was kind of rushing over to seek revenge for that first batch of torps. Almost felt bad for him. And if it never happened to me, I would feel bad for him, but let's just put this. If you've never been random torp before, then you can feel bad for him. Otherwise,
Torpedoes to port.
I won't worry about it.
The designated target.
This Lightning is doing a good job of kiting away, which is destroyer v destroyer battles. That's kind of what you want to try and do, ideally. Potentially get some. Oh god damn it! Get off of me! I don't care about him ramming me. The problem is they're going to be shooting at him because he's low, and I'm going to get damaged, which is obviously not what I want. This Iowa can die for all I care. Nothing I can do about it, obviously. But you saw that earlier in that Two Brothers game where the guy's sailing right behind destroyers. And I know I was detected at the time, but I was about to be undetected. And I'm not saying he was at fault for anything, because he was just sailing in a straight line, blasting away. So I'm not mad at him by any means. That's why I didn't want to be on that guy. The guy that was sailing behind me earlier, that's a big move, because what happened is exactly what's bound to happen. Alright, I gotta get this lightning out of here. He's causing problems. This guy's doing exactly what you want to do, though. Just kind of let people on your team spot and then keep dropping smoke and bombing on them. I think the one thing he's doing wrong, he's not trying to get rid of me like I'm trying to get rid of him. Otherwise, it seems like he's playing pretty well.
Problem solved, sir. Smoke screen set.
Let's see what we got here. There, you saw the Colorado's path lined up with that smoke. So I can get the benefit of blind firing the smoke in case the lightning is just sitting there, and if that Colorado doesn't turn, I could potentially hit him as well. So that's an interesting thing to take note of when you have the chance. Now if I push into this lightning here trying to finish him off, that Colorado's going to be right behind him, and then we do have a Vanguard over here as well. So I want to be careful about that. Yeah, this guy's actually going to eat it.
Enemy battleships sunk.
If you hit the lightning. I mean, that smoking or torping clouds is not, I wouldn't call that a random torp play, because that's, a lot of destroyers will sit in the smokes, especially Lightning's USN destroyers who are using that smoke offensively. So it's not unexpected for him to be in there. This guy's spotting here. I'm going to smoke here. What I'm going to try and do is shoot at him, and then when he closes in, I do have the torps ready to go now. But if he continues to close the gap, I'll just try and... Oh, here's our buddy. Man, this guy's annoying. So I'll change the plans. Because this guy is so close to me, I can't bomb on this Vanguard like I was playing him.
Torpedo support.
Man, I need him to die. Come on. Alright, Vanguard's about to get smoked. Jesus. Yeah, this is getting a little hot over here.
Smoke generator started. Smoke screen set.
There we go. I'm assuming, I didn't see for sure, but I'm assuming he got flooded when he got hit by those torps and damage cons, so I just got double fires. This guy should die. Trying to keep that Gnizal alive if possible, but there he goes. Like, let's say the Gnizal wasn't there, I just wouldn't have even bothered to shoot at that guy because he's on the verge of death. Trying to decide what to do here. So I gotta kill this Lightning. Unfortunately, this New Orleans is supporting him. This guy's about to die. That sucks. So 3 kills, 130k damage. We're gonna lose this one pretty handily. One-man army. I don't think I can pull this one off. I just don't have enough time. If that battleship can kill that destroyer somehow, then I think we could deal with this. Oh, there's 2 ships over there. Yeah, I don't see how we could possibly win this one. Take B. Why am I going 3/4? That's half my problem. I mean, I want to get B, but I can't get this lightning loose for the rest of the game.
Smoke generator started. Enemy cruiser destroyed. Screen set.
These colors don't run. I'm just waiting a little bit for my detection to cool down. See, I'm still fully detected there, which is a problem. I thought I hit 20 seconds, but now I'm not spotted. I just want to get this jump on this lightning here. I don't know why he's shooting, but he's detected for 20 seconds now. If that plane doesn't, or if the plane doesn't spot me, I should be able to get this guy. Fuck. Kill each other. Oh, I got him. Oof! What the hell was that? Frankly, I don't know what happened there. I thought I dodged his shot, but apparently not. Yeah, so we did get the Kraken. I don't know, it's just there's no way we were gonna win that one though, I don't think. If we would have had 20 minutes. No, not too bad though. I mean, that's... Lightning's a fun ship for sure. Shiny horse? Alright, we can try that one. So here I got Von Hipper. I think I'd probably... Once I'm done testing them, I'll probably put Celiax in the ship permanently. I don't know. We'll do a lot more with the German battleship commanders. I got 2 Sundays before they release to get them leveled up, so I think I'll have Von Hipper up to level 11, and then Celiax will just be shy at like level 10 and a half. Campbelltown. I don't have that one. What's up, Knight? How you doing? Yeah, we could try this one. The Shy on Horse for me, sometimes I have good games, sometimes they kind of crap the bed on it. Alright, so we got tier 6, 3 destroyers, 3 cruisers. Alright, that should be interesting. So a lot of times I'll load HE for the first salvo on this one.
Battle starts.
All forces, capture that area.
It's surprisingly vicious. What, the Sharn Horse? How many Krakens do I have? I have no idea. A lot of them. Bought the horse last night. Well, if you're losing, I mean... Part of that could be your team, part of it just could be... Why is this guy... I'm sorry if this looks like a dick move, but... I mean, maybe it is. He was fine position-wise, because he's waiting for this guy to go spot. So, I don't know. I was kind of looking at the screen. Maybe I probably would have tried to avoid ramming him there. If I had a sorry button, I would say sorry. So they're on a... This guy's just kind of rando torping. I'm not worried about the Queen Elizabeth. I'm not worried about the DeGrasse at this angle. He's gonna set me on fire probably, but this thing we need to get rid of. That'd be real nice if those torps hit him. This thing, I think I could probably just punch through the front. Let's see. Yeah.
Enemy heavily damaged.
If he turns to the side, which I think he's
Dead ahead.
probably gonna have to at some point, then we can just end him. Gotta pay attention to these torps right now, though. I can't worry about shooting. That's too bad.
We're taking on water quickly.
Alright, so DeGrasse is a dangerous ship, obviously. Or maybe not, obviously. If you're not familiar with it, it's dangerous. This guy, like I was doing last game, once you're in there for 20 seconds, if nobody can spot this guy, just get out of there. You're not doing anyone any good. 20 seconds is the cooldown from when you shoot to when you're fully undetected. Or when your detection goes back down to your normal detection radius. I'm gonna lose the capture points. That's too bad. Yeah, like that. I mean, right here, I don't think the ship can really do much against me as long as I'm staying steeply angled. Now, the Queen Elizabeth does have really nice guns, so I shouldn't take it too lightly. Looks like he's about to get torped to oblivion, anyways. But really what I'm shooting for here is trying to knock these turrets out, and then we can just close and then torp them.
Main turret critically damaged.
I mean, unless I really goof this up, there's nothing you can really do.
Problem solved, sir.
It's gonna turn out, so... Take a shot. If I would have torped earlier, I wouldn't have had to take that shot, so you could say that was a bad play, but whatever. We got our side cleared off at least. Treats torps like women, never beats them. I think I'm not as good of a torp dodger as I should be. So my problem is I second guess what I'm doing too often. You either need to commit to stopping and backing up or going forward. And a lot of times I'll start backing up and I'm like, oh, maybe those are gonna hit me, and then I'll start going forward. But by then you're definitely gonna get hit, so it doesn't work. Should do a montage of Citadel hunting. Mistakes were made. I mean, that puts our team in a decent position. This game's not over. Now it's starting to turn a little bit. I mean, this ship is fast enough where you can actually go from position to position. But I don't foresee doing a whole lot more of this game, and I don't foresee losing it, so. Should probably just go online so you can sink me. 47k, yeah. What I'm saying though, I mean, maybe we can get some more damage, maybe not, but there's a very real chance my team will just sink everyone before I can get back into position. But I'm fine with that, having secured A over here and helped get rid of the ships over there. I mean, that's my primary job. Now, if the game was still close and it continues to evolve, then obviously I need to do what I can to get back into it and keep contributing. But if it's a situation where the game kind of ends before I can get back into it, that's nothing to be disappointed in.
Our victory is in sight.
Colorado, you definitely don't want to get shot at in the Scharnhorst. I mean, the Scharnhorst turtleback works like it's supposed to, so unlike the turtles, you can't really get citadeled in the ship very often.
Concentrate fire on the designated
I've probably taken 1 or 2 citadels playing the ship. You on tier 6 working at tier 7? Yeah, well, should be fun. That was definitely a good ship. I mean, in terms of first tier 7s, I think that's probably the most popular one. Alright, well, that was pretty easy. You're assuming the Turpit's armor should be similar? That's what I thought, so I'm not 100% sure about it, but based on everything I've read and the research I've done, like, it should be very hard to citadel that thing, except for at long range. And I did send the developers a little video clip of some shots on the Turpits that I had that show that that's not the case. Now, well, just because it's one way on the PC doesn't mean it's supposed to be that way on this game for sure. But from what I've heard, they're collecting data on it and seeing how it's doing, and if it needs to be adjusted, it'll be adjusted. So, in my opinion, it needs to be adjusted. But that's not to say you can't have really good games on it. Like, I've seen some scores posted on my Discord that are really impressive in that ship, so. Alright. But it just, for me, if it says on the wiki that it should be one of the hardest ships to citadel in the game, then you should not be getting 3 or 4 citadels in a single duel against them at 10 kilometers. You know, just doesn't seem to be working properly in my opinion. But like I say, I don't know. I never played PC, so. Alright, what do you guys want to see after this? What's up, Marcus? How you doing? Let's see. This guy might be alive by the time we can shoot him. Doubtful. He's in range.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
So now it's in the situation where I should, to be smart, I should actually not engage this guy, but I think he was pretty low health. But here's the problem you see a lot of times at the end of games is like, this guy's been killing our team one at a time. Like, one guy sails in, kills that guy, the next guy sails in, kills that guy. If you're getting a lot of one-on-one engagements late, that's a much bigger advantage than facing like 2 or 3 ships at once. So, DeGrasse, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Could play that one. So, nothing special score-wise there, but like I said, we did our job. All right. DeGrasse is a good one. Stylo, did you get the DeGrasse? Can't remember if you did. Any news in the next premium? Well, it's going to be a Japanese Tier 5 battleship. The name eludes me at the moment. Maybe you guys can remember. It's kind of a weird ship from what I've read. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, to be honest with you. But they are giving me a test ship. Or I can have it for 2 weeks from them to test it out. So I'll get a review up within the first day or two on it. You guys can check it out if you're on the fence. Yeah, the Mutsu, that's it. I don't know, it sounds like a really lightly armored, heavy gun battleship that has torp, so I don't know if they just picked every high-ass idea they could come up with and put them all in one ship or what, but... Either way, we'll check it out. Drop the like, dead set. How you doing today?
All stations retreat. Get back. Get back.
So, if these guys are spotted, we can just sit back here and deal. That's something you gotta make sure, like, when you're checking the range to targets and they're behind an island, make sure you're not using the island's number. So if he's behind an island like this, you want to like go to the side where he's basically at and then get the distance that way.
Concentrate fire on the designated
Just gonna
target.
sit there broadside. We're gonna switch to AP. AP on this ship is really good even at long range, so don't discount it. If there's broadside cruisers,
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
and right there, if you notice that little dip, I did have a shot at that Pensacola briefly. Oof. I got wrecked. But this side is collapsing pretty quickly. This is a... Trying to play over here is becoming an issue. Nice.
All stations concentrate fire on the target.
So, I'm trying to check if I'm going to get detected or not.
Warship. All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Yeah, I don't know. Something else is spotting me. Basically what I was looking at, you don't want to be turning when you're detected like that, so that was kind of gambled. Could have been devastating.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
And that's the problem here. I was just gonna say I'm getting crossfired for something over here. So I just gotta disengage. I'm gonna stop shooting these guys.
Problem solved, sir.
I don't think it was that ship. I think it was AP. Maybe it was though, I don't know. What else it could have been. But I can't really hold off 4 ships over here plus something crossfiring me.
The ship is on fire.
So we just gotta regroup.
All stations reporting the position of a
Now this is the problem right here. Being on fire increases your detectability, so when I'm trying to disengage, that kind of shuts that idea down. I might as well just start shooting then. This lemon captain has a quick cooldown on his detection radius, so once I get out of that zone, I can potentially just stop firing and reset that. Nice, I got him. And the fire's out anyways, so...
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
That was pretty clutch.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Oops. Thought I had.
All stations.
I was gonna switch to AP and then I actually had it in there. These Pensacles, even at long range, like you might think the AP wouldn't be that good, but
All forces.
it's kind of surprisingly effective. I don't know how the shell characteristics are going to be for the whole line, but if it's like the ship, it should be a pretty decent line. This guy,
All stations.
I don't mind him being there, he's just
Fire on the target.
blocking my turn, potentially. I'm having a hard time supporting him.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Enemy cruisers.
Congo. Yeah, goddamn. It's really, against battleships, it's pretty hard to angle in this ship. I'm not saying, you definitely want to try. You'd rather get a shot angled and
All
still
stations
lose
requesting fire on the designated
a
target.
quarter of your health than if you're not angled and you get broadside shots, then you're going to get citadel. Let's see. Is he going to beach?
The ship is on fire.
Problem solved, sir.
He's not going to beach, but I am. That's good. I shoot lower? What the fuck? Yeah, that wasn't a very good DeGrasse game. If you want to see a good DeGrasse game, I got one going up on Tech Angel's channel tomorrow. We did a video swap if you guys weren't around earlier. He sent me a Graph B video, I could send him a DeGrasse video. I think we both got 140k damage on our games, so. Yeah, that wasn't angle tinfoil, still tinfoil, yeah. I mean that was my problem there. I didn't disengage from that situation until it was probably too late. So once you get those 4 ships pushing really aggressively into that side, we lost our first battleship that was down there, I think, and then the other cruiser and I weren't going to be able to stop that push, so we should have just kind of left a little bit earlier. Alright, what else do you guys want to see? I'll probably do 1 or 2 more, and then we'll call it. I got to get some stuff done this afternoon here. Hey, Michael Potter, what's going on? What do you guys want to see? Battleship? Atlanta? Pretending to work. Yeah, we could try an Atlanta game. Why don't we do Atlanta, then we'll close with Arkansas. Acasta. We're gonna have to watch the stream back earlier. We did the whole British destroyer line. Now we're just doing a couple of requests to close it out. Some really trying teams early on in the stream, but did have a pretty good Lightning game. 130k with Kraken, I think. Alright, Atlanta. What do we got? So Atlanta's pretty good on this map. This isn't like... You'd rather be on that other side, though, because you can use that big cone right here. This Mountain Dew. Kind of lob over the sides. Actually don't know what to do over here. I'm gonna try and get over to these islands. We'll see. Maybe I'll get one shot, maybe not. What do we got here? Graf Spee and Fuso. So I'm kind of taking a little wider. I was almost sailing away from this zone. I just don't want this. If there's a destroyer here, I don't want them to spot me and then get blapped by this battleship before I'm into a semi-decent position. I don't know if this is going to be a good position or not. I'm trying something new. The key on this map is like a lot of times these ships are just going to, like the ships that spawn a B are just going to be one-dimensionally focusing on the other ships that spawn a B. Ships that spawn at A will only be able to focus on the other ships that spawn at A. So I mean, if you're paying attention and you spawn at A, and like these guys are, they're juicy targets, or they will be. They're both turning broadside. Not that that really matters for an Atlanta, but just in general. Definitely don't want to be sitting there in the open like that, but the problem with me shooting at this guy is gonna potentially piss him off, and then he would start shooting at me. I don't want to necessarily be shot at by that New Mexico. Alright, I'm gonna try and get in here. If I can get broadsides on these two cruisers here, we can get rid of them in about 2 seconds. Atlanta close range broadside shooting AP is a monstrous thing. Even against battleships, if they're plugging it into the upper hull superstructure area. Extremely dangerous. Yeah, this guy's turning. That's too bad. Still, oh, he just. Let's see if I can get this guy or not. Not much there. That's not really the close range I'm talking about. Oh, I got the torp. So this guy looks to me like he's torping. He doesn't have to turn very far. And he's giving me broadside, we're just going to end him. Here's the close range AP shot. That's... You do not want to be close range cruiser to an Atlanta ever. That's just an extremely problematic proposition. This guy's just chilling. I'm just trying to get this York to move by shooting at him. I don't know what this cruiser's doing back here. I mean, I should probably die right now doing what I'm doing. This guy's back for more.
Main turret critically damaged.
Lock the guy on, please. Yeah. So that was that was a more aggressive Atlanta gameplay than you're normally going to see from people, but frankly, I mean, it's better at angling shots than you might think. I don't think against that. I think it was a Colorado over there. That's pretty dangerous. But I don't know. I like to fool around with that ship a little bit. Need 10 sit salvos. Yeah, it's... Well, I mean, I think you can get 7 guns per side pointed. YouTube notification fail. Yeah, I don't get how that works exactly. Like, a lot of people... I can tell a lot of people get the notifications because they show up 2 seconds after the stream starts. And then sometimes people come back later and they're like, notifications didn't go off, so I don't know. Not sure how it works, to be honest with you. Alright, we'll do the Arkansas. Went down the middle of Two Brothers with Atlanta. Yeah, runs you were here right off the bat. You didn't get notified either, huh? What caliber is the Atlanta guns? It's really, they're destroyer guns. Let me see what it is. Atlanta's 127s. So no, they're not even, they're dramatically smaller. That's why a lot of times if you're looking at what your shots are doing, you'll get a lot of shatters. Depends on the ship. I mean, if you're shooting destroyers, those guns wreck them, but battleships, most of your shells are going to shatter. That's why you're just counting on that high shell output to start a lot of fires on those guys. AP pen inspiration. Yeah, Yamamoto. Yeah, I haven't tried them on Sky yet just because I don't have the promotion orders to level them up, but I believe that, because the AP pen on USN cruises is already phenomenal, and then boosting it more, you would think would be pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately, I got a lot of ideas for commander builds that I just can't try right now. But I'm trying to get my German battleship commanders up so I can give you guys some good, solid recommendations on that stuff that I've actually tested and are not just paper theories. Oh. No. Well, I got a couple of them through. I don't even think that's going to hit him anyways, but... Great games and insight. Oh, no problem. Thanks for tuning in. Alright.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Need to blap this guy if possible.
Many thanks.
There we go. That's their one destroyer, so that's... Anytime you have a one destroyer per side thing, that's extremely valuable. Now this is a tier 3 game again, so this is not going to be... This is probably just going to be ships colliding into each other. But if the guy knows the value of a destroyer and plays it accordingly, then that's an important piece. This is a hell of a line right here. I mean, just look on the map and see what they have to do to angle against 75% of our team. All they have to do is turn towards this one pack here and completely shut them down. Ooh. Iron Duke in New York. Yeah, these guys, I mean, if they're in divisions, even divisions I don't recommend playing near each other, but it's to be expected. Tier 3 games are way more enjoyable to watch than Tier 7. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I don't play Tier 7 like way that people complain about Tier 7 being. The problem is if you get a bunch of guys in your team that do, then there's not much you can do about it. So yeah, if you're wondering, I still have Lee in this thing. So the XC is what it is until you get fairly close. That's actually 8.5. I'm surprised those shots didn't land a little bit more effectively. Maybe I was aiming them wrong. That should do the trick.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Alright. And then now we're going to flip our guns. And what I'm doing is, in order to keep these guys on my left side, I'm going to have to go around these islands, which A, is going to put me completely by myself, which I don't necessarily want to do. And B, it's going to take me even further away than... Now, they're only down to one ship over here, but I don't want to, like, completely get massively far away from their entire fleet. And these guys that I'm attempting to pursue over here could very easily turn around, so by keeping my guns on the left, I'd have to go around this whole development here, and that could potentially... These slow USN battleships, you don't want to get that far out of position. Tier 7 became more fun for you when you got the Amagi. Yeah, that's probably my favorite Tier 7 battleship, at least. But then, when you're evaluating what you want to do by looking at the map and then the situation, you want to switch your guns around. That's why I'm a huge advocate of gun lock, because I can still look around. I can check these ships' hulls, and my guns aren't wildly swinging around. This guy's actually in range now. So, I don't know what the argument against gun lock is, but I mean, you can't watch your torps go in. I'm just gonna shoot this guy even though he's turning, because by the time he turns, my guns are gonna be about halfway reloaded, so he might not even end up turning. Here we do have 3 full health battleships. This is actually a really bad situation. I didn't realize these guys were all full health. I don't know why no one's shooting at me. I'm giving them way too much broadside right now. Especially just sitting here in the water. But if they're not I don't know what he's aiming at. I'm really just trying to knock his guns out. I don't think the Arkansas is accurate enough to do that. If you can permanently disable a front gun, that means they're pretty much forced to open up their sides to shoot you. Come on. Alright. Didn't kill him, but we definitely wounded him. Alright, Wyoming v. Wyoming. Came for the destroyers. He came a little late, unfortunately. This game, or the stream will be uploaded here probably in about an hour once it's done processing. But this is actually going to be my last game. I do got to get some stuff done this afternoon here. Hey, if you're sitting in these battleship situations, definitely try and punch these guns out. Again, I don't know how effective it's going to be. There we've disabled it now. Assuming... Well, I was gonna say, I'm assuming he didn't have his damage con down, but maybe he just quickly used it. No, he just put the fire out and got his gun back, which is fine. But every time you hit that gun red, it's more likely to be permanently busted. And now he's used his damage con. We are peppering him with secondaries, so it's very likely he's gonna get a fire. And there's guns down again. So now he's in a situation where he wants to be bowing on me like how he's situated right now, but his firepower is gone. He's on fire. And by the way, a lot of times you're gonna get more damage. Now American battleships aren't that weak, or they're not that strong in the front, so you can potentially actually get citadels through here, but it's not always the most reliable play. There, he's got both of his guns out on front. So, I mean, this guy's having a hell of a time right there. Getting stuff tons overrated. Yeah, that's true. I don't think a lot of players really understand the value of knocking guns out like that, especially if you're in close range battleship fights where both players are angling properly, then that can be the deciding factor. If you can hit him in an Arkansas, you can really hit him in pretty much any battleship, because, well, the Arkansas seems a little bit more accurate than the New York. It's definitely toward the bottom of the list. That Wyoming was thoroughly outplayed. Yeah, not necessarily going to argue with you. I mean, this is a tier 3 game, so it's not necessarily kosher for me to be doing this to him, but whatever. I paid good money for the ship, I can use it. Now the Koenig, I don't know a lot about it. I think it's pretty well armored. But from the comments I'm getting on my videos, a lot of people say it's really inaccurate. It seems pretty durable from when I'm shooting at them, though. I don't think the guns are that great on these ships. Alright, well, I'm assuming we won that. Clubbing down at tier 3. Now we're just taking a request to close it out here. German dispersion sucks. Yeah, I know. We'll see once the full line releases in about a week here. Yeah. How did we win? Did we capture an objective? Yeah, we must have. So, let's see what we did here. We got 2 and 1, 3 and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3, 8 and 4, 9, 10, 10 and 5. So about 2 out of 3 today, which isn't horrible for solos. But, yeah, that's going to do it for me, so I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We had some members, some donations. Thank you very much for all those guys. That definitely helps the channel out quite a bit. Appreciate that. And, again, keep an eye out for me and Tactic Angel are doing a video swap tomorrow, so I think the plan is to upload those in the morning. They're both really good games, so you're going to want to be checking out both of those. And we'll keep it rolling, and then we should have the battleships coming out here in about a week. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.